Hello everybody. This is my first ever video on YouTube that I will actually be talking about on how I actually managed to go and change my life in a very positive manner. So, back in June 2022, I was actually just a really fat kid who just you know, was always just jerking off every day. It was just so sad. So sad that I actually did all those bad habits, but throughout self-improvement, I actually managed to go and improve myself within a little over a year. The date today now is November 21st, 2023. I originally started this journey as soon as I turned 16 years old. Basically, when I turned 16, my parents decided to go and get me a gym membership with my brother. And then I worked so insanely hard. So so hard in the gym. I was just going through the motions in the gym. The first time around, I was just bench pressing, doing lat pull downs, deadlift and squats. That was around the first time I actually went to the gym, and that was pretty much what I did for the next few months. Was I just kept on just doing that, like a little bit of full body with my older brother, and he kind of just taught me on how to get started and nutrition and all that. And a couple months later, from June 2022 to August 2022, I actually decided to skyrocket my performance in the gym. And how I did that was I actually looked up a couple of videos online, specifically on YouTube, and I found a couple of people. A good example of this for when I started to do my own nutrition was these guys named the Buff Dudes on YouTube. I will actually have a link to them below. They're actually very humble, strong, muscular dudes that actually taught me quite a bit on nutrition and how to actually train in the gym, even despite when I had just my brother to kind of teach me how to go and train in the gym. But yeah, basically, it all started for me was for breakfast. I would just start, instead of eating just regular Lucky Charms, like cereal. It's just so absolutely just disgusting and just revolting because it has all that sugar in there and just a bunch of chemicals and all those kind of products that are just not even good for you at all, including that freaking 5% fat milk, those whole milk, and just nah. For me, that is not something that I actually enjoy. So then, when I started off, I decided to go and put some fat-free yogurt, oatmeal, and some protein powder, and I mixed that up inside of a mason jar. And I decided to eat that straight out from the mason jar during breakfast. And sometimes I would also decide to crack a couple of eggs. But here's the thing with eggs is that I'm like a kind of person that doesn't really like eggs too much. But I just decided that since I'm starting to get a little bit more disciplined at what I'm trying to do, I actually decided to go and eat some eggs. And I also decided to put some hash browns or just straight up potato in there alongside with my hash browns and um and the eggs as well. So yeah. Then for lunch, I would just decide to just go and bake some chicken inside the oven for a whole hour and toss on some seasoning salt, pop the chicken right out, and I would go and prepare a couple of prep meals for the next couple of days with chicken and broccoli and rice. And that's just kind of what I just decided to do. And then for dinner, I would just go and make myself some ground beef with rice and green beans. I just decided that that would actually probably be a pretty good, healthy day that I should be going around to eat. So that way I can improve a good chunk of my performance in the gym as well. But yeah, then I noticed that my progress was going pretty well overall. And then around in December 2022, I found some guy on YouTube who actually started to get me into the self-improvement journey that I am in right now. His name is Hamza Ahmed. He taught me a lot of good things, that I really, really enjoyed about him. Taught me how to get girls, meditation, reading books, and journaling. All of those things, they actually gave me like pretty good habits, so that way I can go through the day and actually go and do something better than just scrolling on my phone on YouTube, like looking at YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, TikTok, and also not playing video games or just jerking off in general. So basically, I decided to go and just read some books, some self-improvement books. And one of the books that I actually read was Atomic Habits. And they actually taught you quite a lot of how you can actually form good habits. Because when you think about a habit, you would normally just think like, oh, that's just something that I would normally do during my day. And yeah, that is actually exactly what you should be doing during your day. Like every day, it's just kind of just a natural thing that you kind of just decide to do. So, like, I mean, a good example of this is like every day, if you're in like a dark room, you would go and flick on a switch just like that to go and freaking bring the light from the light bulb into the room. That is just, a normal natural thing to do. That's like exactly what all we do. But instead, we kind of take that idea and then we go and put that into habits that we want to actually improve our lives at least 1% every day. And that's what I've been trying to do for this whole time. Was I used to be 240 pounds. I was a very heavy, fat kid back in June 2022. And now, right now, in the present moment, November 21st, 2023, I am actually down to 192 pounds, and I am actually pretty decently muscular for where I am right now, and I am very proud that I actually got to where I am right now. That I can just feel it in my voice. That I'm just like feel like that I'm about to cry from what I've actually decided to go and just do for myself. It's just something just so happy, so happy feeling that you can just do is just by and going and try to improve and give your future self a better life as much as possible. And just from doing that, doing all those good habits, they actually improve your life drastically. Especially if you wanted to go and do some meditation. Spend like, well, just start with like a long breath for the first time. If you ever want to just do it, just start with like a first breath and then improve that by 1% every day until a couple months later or whatever you actually get used to it, and then you'll eventually be doing 5-minute meditation like every day, and then eventually you will like get to a point where you're doing 20 minutes of meditation a day, and that's actually like really good. That is something that is actually good that you should be doing, because then if you meditate quite a lot, you will actually stay mindful in the present moment, and that will actually help you keep a good conversation with literally just about anybody. So, yeah, you can also just just keep at it, meditating and all that, and then you'll actually go and actually improve your life drastically just from by doing that, because meditation literally improves your mental health. That's like the most important thing that you should be doing and focusing on every day, is figuring out a way to go and improve your mental health. Because if your mental health is not good, you will not be able to really do much of the activities that you would normally be able to do. Kind of similar to, well, the best way I can go and describe this is like, you know how in like turn-based RPGs, you would just start from level 1 and you would just be like killing like chickens and getting like 3 XP, and you're slowly going to like level 2. That is kind of the point that you kind of want to start at, is just by going and just slowly but gradually, 1% every day, improving what you are doing right now. And that would be reading a book. You can be reading a book for like the first time for like 2 minutes, and then the next day you could do 2.5 minutes, and 3 minutes, and then 4 minutes, and then 5 minutes, and 10 minutes, and then 20 minutes, then half an hour you can actually be and just go and just read the book, and then you will actually feel a lot better about yourself because you're actually improving drastically just by doing those small wins. But those small wins rack up exponentially, and that's something that you should actually be looking forward to in the future, especially. And then I'll also talk about how when I turned 17, so I went from turning 16 in June 2022 to turning to 17 in June 2023. This was 5 months ago. I actually improved my bench press from 115 from where I started all the way up to 195 pounds. And just by adding a little bit of weight every single time when you're in the gym, doing like a little bit of a bench press, squats, and deadlifts, you'll actually get strength like very quickly. Kind of similar to how you are like killing chickens in like a turn-based RPG. You're only just slowly rising up to the top, but that progress actually compounds exponentially to what you're trying to do, and that is to improve your life for the better. So pretty much all you really want to do when you start off in the gym, meditate, journal, read, is you just want to just start off very, very small, doing like going to the gym. Sometimes people when they're just like really lazy, they'll just end up and only doing like a 15-minute workout. And that's perfectly fine as long as the next time you can go and do a 16-minute workout, and then a 17-minute workout, and then so and such, to a point where you're working out for an entire hour, which is actually insane progress. Like actually that is actually very, very good progress that some people should actually be looking forward to when they actually go and hit the gym. Which, it's very good. Something that's just good, man. And then once you get to a point, you will notice that your progress is just going up by like a lot. Normally, some people would expect the progress to go up in like a line like this on a graph, but normally it starts from the very bottom, goes up like that. That is what is actually happening. And what you're expecting from going up like this, that is why a lot of people actually go and just decide to quit early. Because if you're going to be going to do something hard like going to the gym, and you do it like for the first couple of days, and then you notice like nothing happening to your body or your muscles, you will actually, for a lot of people anyways, they'll actually go and just quit because they're not seeing any progress yet. But what they don't realize is that there is a lot of progress that is being earned at that time. It's by them thinking that the line goes like that of progress, where it actually goes up like that, goes up very, very exponentially. So that's why a lot of people should actually go and just decide to go to the gym, but a lot of people just unfortunately quit. The best way I can actually really just say to actually go and not be lazy and disciplined is just by, going from a small piece, like breathing deeply once, and then eventually you can do a whole 10-minute meditation session a day. And that is something that will actually change your life for the better. It's all when you start racking in those small wins is when you can actually go and improve your life by a lot. And as you can tell, this is like my first video that I'm actually making about self-improvement. You will notice in this video, this is the end by the way, but you'll overall notice in this video that my voice kind of sounds a little bit shaky. I am not kind of, in like a flow state of natural talking because I barely do this on camera. But I do know in the future, if I keep on doing it and keep on getting at it, I'll literally only get better with time. And that's the crazy part. Anyways, for the outro, I'll show you my comparison from June 2022, where I was only 240 pounds and I was very obese, to now where I am weighing at 191 pounds with an actually decent amount of lean muscle. So, yeah. Anyways, take care.